I've got tons of information that I would like to share with you guys. So, the first information that we are going to jump into for this video is going to be the parkour system, because that has been something that the entire community has been looking forward to. And I've got to say, though, as far as I have taken a look into the parkour system in Assassin's Creed Mirage, is something that the Ubisoft has taken keen to, and they've been putting a lot of work now, starting off with some of the key features which I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video. Ubisoft have played the parkour progression for this game into three different parts, into three different levels, whereas Basim is a different type of character in each different level. So the level 1 is Basim, who plays as a street thief. You can call it as an ember now. This version of Basim doesn't have any beard. He's a young lad, and he really doesn't have any tactical advantages. He becomes an assassin. If you go look at the trailer, you guys can actually see how Basim basically jumps over to the wall, then ends up carved by the guards. So the progression system in terms of the parkour and the Mirage is going to be very different types of Basim that we are going to see progression throughout the game. So the characters progress through the game, the storyline, the parkour system is also going to get huge advancement. That is how Ubisoft has basically designed this game, and I'm really excited to know more about this game. As we move on, you're going to move on to level 2, which is the Apprentice. So you're going to be playing as a hidden one. You're already drawing the hidden ones. You're already an assassin, and this is where Basim starts his adventure as an apprentice. He's learning stuff, whereas he's not been able to climb the wall, but now he knows how to do all the parkour and stuff, and he's being mentioned by the assassins. He's the apprentice stage. In this trailer, where you unlock most of the parkour systems in the game, and then moving on to the final version, which is going to be the master assassin. And this is where all the combat skills and all the entire parkour skills are going to be unlocked. And now that we have taken a look into all three different levels of the parkour system, I think this is the time we get into much details. We're going to see in the actual parkour system. So the basically the environment is designed by the Ubisoft for this game in such a way where the parkour system is highly favorable. So you have all these different props, you have the buildings and stuff like that, which kind of looks like it was built just in order for Basim to perform like unique parkour styles, stuff like that. So it says that Great Mirage is of course a perfect game for a perfect parkour system. That's something you guys have been worrying about. As this is happening, we are going to see some of the old school tricks, and this system is way better than you guys have imagined so far, because there's something I'm going to let you guys know, that Ubisoft has a huge surprise for us with this parkour system, which I'm going to share with you guys in just a minute. So let's talk about all the juicy stuff. The animation this game is going to have is something is there. We have a whole new set of animations. It's not something previously planned. It's not something that we have seen before. The combat system that we've seen in Valhalla, it's not going to be seen in this game. So with Assassin's Creed Mirage, we have the corner swing and the pull vaulting now for the corner swings. So Basim basically does this really cool animation when he gets on the corner and stuff like that. So when you play from gameplay perspective, and you also have pole vaulting, which is completely unique from all other pole vaulting stuff we had in the previous Assassin's Creed games. So this is something that you guys can only get when you get to see the gameplay. As of now, we don't have a gameplay to share because these things were done behind closed doors, so we don't have any screenshots. Which was the most favorite part of mine when it comes to the parkour system in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I think that is something that we have never seen before in any of the Assassin's Creed games that I've played so far. And the thing I'm talking about is, of course, setting the trap system. Now when you play Assassin's Creed Mirage, especially the parkour system, when you're moving through the world and traversing through the open world, when you're getting chased by a group of enemies, and then they have super smart AI, and they're gonna get adapted to your tips and tricks. So the style, your play style, is basically going to affect the AI, and I honestly don't know that how this works. But you can see in the CGI trailer itself when Basim just plants these mine traps on the floor, which kind of just trips as soon as the enemies get close by, and you can see this gas releasing out of which basically kills all the enemies that were trying to chase you. So that is a key feature that we have been exposed to. And the most interesting part is that the city is filled with dense population and a lot of things to do in the environment. One of the most interesting part is that you're going to have an interactable environment, and you guys must be wondering what do I basically mean by that. So when you look at this cinematic trailer, you guys see that Basim actually pushes off huge scaffolds on top of the enemies. For example, you're just playing the game and traversing to the open world, and you're being chased by a bunch of guards. So you're trying to climb over a building that is under construction, or you're just moving through the market city, and there are going to be a lot of boxes and obstacles around you. So when you're playing as Basim and running around and trying to escape from these enemies, you can basically interact with all of the objects around the environment by just pushing the objects off. You can slower down the enemies that are chasing you. You can use the Parkour system in order to just push off different objects, which is then going to affect the gameplay. And the AI are trying to chase you. You can also use that during the combat, where you can just push things off on top of your enemies. You can bring down an entire scaffold, the construction site, by just pushing off and just breaking things, which is something that I've never seen before. This plays out really well. So experiencing this, and we have covered the entire parkour system, which is something that the community has been gladly asking to know, and like in the Assassination Mirage. So there are gonna be now videos based on this information, and you'll get to know more about Assassin's Creed gameplay as well as the upcoming Assassin's Creed game, so which is set in feudal Japan era, which by far is one of my favorite settings of all time. That is something I wanted for this game. There is a lot of information that I want to share related to all these gameplays, so make sure that you guys go ahead, stay tuned, and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I'm going to be uploading very soon, so make sure you go ahead, turn the notifications on, and if you guys have subscribed, then YouTube is not going to allow you to skip any of my video. Thumbs up, rate my video, and keep supporting, keep appreciating. Thank you guys.